We're looking good. Greetings guys, I hope you're good. First and foremost, I am doing 2 DLC giveaways. Yes, 2. You guys definitely deserve it. The support I've been getting recently, well, throughout the whole channel, you know, it's been much appreciated, man. All you have to do is make sure you are subscribing, make sure you like this video, and put down in the comments what boxer has inspired you. You know, it's really interesting to know this because there's many others that are really good out there, but there's boxers that take you to another level. So I'm really looking forward to your comments. We've got a lot of things to talk about with regards to the video. Let's delve into it. Let's go. I'm going to make sure that I give my honest thoughts on the 2.0 update, highlighting both the positives and negatives before wrapping it up with an overall conclusion. This update has been a mixed bag, featuring some noticeable changes and others that might not stand out as much. But first, let's delve into the positives. So the first positive I am going to mention is the DLC pack itself. I actually think this is a really good DLC pack. I've been through all the fighters. Shouts out to everybody that was tapped in my stream last night. You know, it was a really good one, my biggest turnout, and I really enjoyed every single fighter in the pack. And the best thing about it is the price. The price was reasonable. I did mention in my last video that it will all come down to the price, and I thought that, you know, Manny Pacquiao being in a DLC pack, they might charge a little more. However, that was not the case. So definitely a positive, a huge positive for me. And at some point we'll go through the ratings, but yeah, DLC pack was definitely a success. Right, hear me out. I know a lot of guys might not even agree with this, but I will say this has been a positive for me, and that's the step in body jab. And to me, there has been a slight difference, and I have to state slight because a lot of people will not see it until you start playing the game a bit more. There is a slight change, guys, and I tried to get it in the best way as possible on video. So what normally happens is when you throw the step in body jab, you know, the opponent will throw a lot of combinations to the point where you cannot block it. Before, you was able to block it, you know, and that's the reason why a lot of people were complaining. And this is just my opinion. This is what I've felt. So I will give this as a positive because I know a lot of people have been speaking about, they've not seen much of a difference. But everybody, you know, they're going to be entitled to their own opinions, and that is cool. But I've definitely felt a difference. You've just got to see it. You have to watch carefully. To me, I actually thought that there was going to reduce it a bit more, but unfortunately that's not the case. But yeah, I would put this down as a positive. The positive that I'm going to give, well, it shouldn't really be a positive. It shouldn't have been in the game anyway, was the random stuns. I wasn't getting rocked at all. To be honest, I was only rocked once, and it was understandable. I can confirm that this has been solved because in the last update, for some reason, you can just get hit out of nowhere and you was automatically stunned. So I can confirm that. I was really happy with that. I don't know where it came from. It's crazy because every time something comes, like in terms of an update, it's like there's always something that shouldn't be inside the game. And we're going to get to that point because there's a few things that are in the game that shouldn't be in the game. Right, guys, we're going to delve into the negatives. And first and foremost, make sure you stay for the conclusion. Hopefully you stay for the rest of the video because, you know, I do believe that Undisputed will never reach their full potential with this game. However, Undisputed 2 makes sense to me. Makes sense that a lot could change, you know, doing a new engine and stuff. But yeah, let's focus on the negatives, and my conclusion will be good because I'm just going to be open and honest. So starting off with the negatives, and that the first one I'm going to put was the connection issue. And I don't want to keep pinpointing desync. I don't want to keep doing that because I've accepted it already. Hence why I still play the game. I feel like if you've not accepted it, there's no point playing the game because you know what you're going to get. You know, you're going to get robbed at times, the whole lot. So that's the reason why I don't mention desync anymore. But for some reason, everybody was speaking about the crossplay, you know, being an interference with the connection issues. Like, I've fought people that I've fought before, and it wasn't as bad as what I was experiencing yesterday. The connections were crazy to the point where I was just like, what is going on? A lot of punches were missing. I'm just saying, like, there was issues from before, but it felt worse. And I don't know what's going on. Hopefully this should be fixed sometime soon. I don't know what it is. As I said, guys, I don't believe it was pretty much of the desync. But if it is, then, wow, shocking. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, connections were wild. Definitely my first one. Right, guys, so hear me out on this one. I do believe that Undisputed are getting a little bit lazy with specific things. So, for example, I believe that, you know, bringing out a championship edition, especially a new Terence Crawford in the middleweight division, who is right now the face of boxing, he should have some sort of new animations. And you can clearly see that they're really good at doing these things, because I think Manny Pacquiao, Augustus, for example, they are displaying what they normally do in real life. And I feel like many other boxers need to be tweaked to have a better skill set. And it might sound weird that it will help with a bit of the connection issues, you know, because once a boxer is just basic, you know, you can't really get much out of that boxer besides just throwing normal animations. And I feel like this championship edition, they should have done more to him. With Terence Crawford, to be precise, they should have done more to him. He's basically the same character with a different hairstyle. You know, they could have done a lot more. It's just food for thought. You know, they must do a lot of tweaks with some other boxers as well. They've got the time for it. I feel like this will enhance the game a bit. In my opinion, this is just reaching outside the box, you know, because there's a lot of fighters on here that just don't fight exactly how they are in real life. And I feel like just tweaking them a little bit, surely they can do it. They've done it with many. Look, as I said, the examples that I give, you know, they can do this. So I just feel like the championship edition is good in a sense if you do not own all the DLCs. The price, I don't know if it's including a game, but if it's including a game on top of the DLCs, you know, UK price, it was about £40. It's going to be a bit more in different other countries. I believe that's worth it. But if it's just the DLCs alone, then I'd go for individual DLCs. That's just my preferred route. But yeah, I do think they got lazy on this. Needed a bit more traction. So yeah, that's my opinion. Also, another thing that I like to mention as well is they could potentially, and I am putting this down as a negative because it shouldn't be happening, with specific boxers being slower than the rest. You know, we've got to tune the boxers, guys. Undisputed, I hope you're watching this video. We've got to tune up some of the fighters, man. Some of their animations are far too slow. I also get them on records as well, so you can see it for yourself. You know, sometimes the body hooks, they need to be tuned up a bit because you're going against, you know, for example, newer fighters, and they're a lot quicker. But even with some of the newer fighters, they're a certain specific animation punch, they're too slow. So we must rectify this and keep the same balance with other punches. Right, as a conclusion, there's no point me ranting on about the negatives because we all know that there is more negatives than positives, and I'm just going to be honest, and we're here to wrap it up. But before we do so, there's a couple of things that I wanted to mention. In terms of the rank system, everybody's been speaking about it. Apparently it is going to be reset, just wasn't reset on the day of the update. They did mention this in the Discord, so we should be expecting it sometime soon. There's a couple of things as well that was said that wasn't rectified, and that was the punches sounding different. And this drawed attention to me because I like changes within them things. You know, I've always said from before, just hearing different types of sounds, you know, going back to the, like Call of Duty, for example, the sound of the weapons, they draw more attention to me. And I never seen nothing at all. All the punches sounded the same, and that one needs to be rectified. I'm not sure what's going on there, because there's a couple of things that Undisputed have said, you know, these things are going to be changed, and it's not, unfortunately. What I think they need to start doing is showing videos that we are seeing the changes rather than saying it, because that can be a potential issue, because a lot of people do focus on these things, and you can clearly see that I am. Reduce of hooks, I didn't see any difference with regards to that as well. I don't know what's going on there. That's another thing that I had to pinpoint, and I'm not putting it in the negatives, I'm just confused. This is more of a confused section. Also, a lot of people have been saying the Sugar Ray Robinson, when you click on his profile before you head into a fight, none of the boxers upload. I can confirm that that happens. It's not a major, but I don't know why it's happening, and that needs to be rectified as well. But my overall intake, guys, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't think that Undisputed should update this game anymore, and I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I don't think they should, because there's not much else they can do. You know, there's a lot of things that are going to be putting into the game, and it's not going to be as effective. A lot of people are still complaining, and I'm not saying these are the reasons why they shouldn't. I just feel like it's just best not to. I think that they should just keep bringing out DLCs, and they've got to be mindful as well, because when certain things happen, a lot of things go downhill, and we don't want to keep having that. There might be some sort of hit detection thing going on. We've had that in the past, and the game's never been the same since. It's improved a little bit in terms of specific areas, but it is what it is, and I'm just giving my honest thoughts. I don't think that they should update this game no more. Hopefully, if they have Undisputed 2 in the works, they should focus on that. So, just my personal opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this update, the DLC pack. I'm really looking forward to what you guys have to say. Appreciate all the support, man. Let's go. Appreciate it.